claims that in 1997, Diddy raped him. I know it.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world.
Oh, you won't believe what the FBI just uncovered in Diddy's cell. Hidden compartments, burner phones, and documents so shocking they'll leave you speechless. The word on the street is this isn't your typical celebrity lockup. While we thought Diddy was just laying low behind bars, it looks like he might be orchestrating a whole operation from the inside. The tea is piping hot, and we're about to spill every drop. Are you ready for this?
Another developing story as Sean P. Diddy Combs, another lawsuit being filed against him. This coming after the federal indictment in the recent weeks as he faces a lawsuit of more than 100 people and allegations of sexual abuse and sexual assault. The Texas-based attorney Tony Busby making this announcement earlier on today.
Girl, let me spill the tea on this wild discovery the FBI made in Diddy's cell. It's straight out of a spy movie, I swear. Picture this, Diddy chillin' in his cell, looking all normal and unbothered like there's nothing to see. But oh, how wrong we were. The FBI, acting on a tip, decided to investigate because something didn't feel right. You know how it goes. Somebody always talking. So the agents start searching, tapping on walls and flipping everything upside down like they're playing hide and seek for grown-ups. And then, bam, jackpot. Behind what looked like an ordinary wall, they discovered a hidden compartment. But this wasn't some amateur hole in the wall. This was high-tech, James Bond-level stuff. The kind of secret hideout you'd expect in a billionaire's mansion, not a jail cell. The agents were standing there, scratching their heads, wondering how on earth did he pull this off. I mean, it's not like he could just call a contractor and say, hey, install a secret room in my prison cell real quick. Word on the street is he's got some serious connections on the inside to make this happen. And this wasn't just a tiny hidey hole either. It was a full-blown secret space, big enough to stash all kinds of things. And guess what? That's exactly what he did. Hidden in plain sight, Diddy had a spot where he kept his deepest, darkest secrets. Whew! The drama just keeps unfolding.
The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had, at this point, more than 3,285 individuals contact us, with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. We now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases. I expect that through this process, many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed. We know what we are potentially up against.
Now, I know you're dying to hear what they found inside, and trust me, it's juicier than your mama's Sunday roast. The FBI uncovered some serious dirt. Stuff so wild they're working overtime trying to piece it all together. It's like they cracked open Pandora's box and all of Diddy's secrets came tumbling out. And girl, let me tell you, the tea is scorching. What they pulled out of that hidden compartment isn't just gossip. It's the kind of information that could shake the entire music industry to its core. We're talking names, dates, secret deals, and all the messy, dirty laundry you could imagine. And here's the kicker. This might only be the tip of the iceberg. The FBI is asking the same question we all are. If Diddy could hide this much while behind bars, what kind of skeletons has he been stashing on the outside? Now the whole industry is sweating bullets, wondering if their name is about to pop up next. So buckle up, because this is just the beginning. That hidden chamber? A warm-up act. The stuff they found inside? That's where the real drama kicks in. Stay tuned, girl, because this tea is far from done spilling.
Is involved in these allegations, and what details can you share?
Hey there, Andy. Yeah, Houston attorney Tony Busby says 3,285 people have reached out to him claiming to be victims of Sean P. Diddy Combs. And he says after some vetting, he is now representing 120 of those people who will bring civil lawsuits against P. Diddy. That's 60 males and 60 females, including 25 children. And I will warn you, some of these accusations are pretty disturbing.
Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. Most of these events and incidents occurred at parties, although several of these events occurred at auditions. Some of this behavior occurred at private residences of people that we all know. You should know that more than 55% of the victims filed reported this conduct to either the authorities, that is the police, or to hospitals. Drugs were found in their system, weird drugs that you probably never heard of. One in particular that continues to pop up is a drug called xylazine, or trank, which, based on our research, is known as a horse tranquilizer.
Tony, were all of the children auditioning because they were musicians?
All seeking either TV or some sort of music career with promises of, we're gonna make you a star. Instead, basically did things to them such that they don't want to have anything to do with the entertainment industry ever again. This individual, who was 9 years old at the time, was taken to an audition in New York City with Bad Boy Records. This individual was sexually abused, allegedly by Sean Combs and several other people at the studio, in the promise to both his parents and to him himself of getting a record deal. Another instance, another minor, told allegedly by Sean Combs that he would make him a star, but needed to visit with him in private about it. Allegedly, Mr. Combs made the victim perform oral sex upon him.
It was not your fault. You were victimized by a group of powerful people that operated for 30 plus years.
The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs.
Now, according to Busby, several of the 120 people that he's representing have now spoken with the FBI. They are from 25 different states. Most are from California and New York, which is where Busby says these alleged attacks occurred. He also says that most of the victims tell him that they were given some sort of a drink, and it turns out that drink was drugged. They say they woke up with severe damage to certain private areas of their bodies, and they couldn't remember anything. But of course, Andy, Sean P. Diddy Combs is maintaining he did not sexually abuse anyone.
All right, some disturbing details, like you mentioned, a 9-year-old potentially involved in this dating back to 1991. Donnelly, I do have to ask you, were there any victims there? Did they speak out at this press conference at all?
You know, actually, there were not any victims there, and I probably should have pointed that out. There were several people standing there with the attorney, Tony Busby, and they were victims advocates, and they were also, some were attorneys, but there were not any victims there at the news conference. All right,
still very emotional, traumatic events, and these allegations very, very serious. Donnelly, thank you so much for your time and your great reporting here on Live Now from Fox. Thank you so much. All right, let's continue on. Of course, we were listening into that press conference earlier on today as over 100 people coming forward with this lawsuit. The Texas-based attorney making this announcement earlier on today. Let's take you out to these remarks a little bit in full and listen into what transpired earlier today. And of course, we want to reiterate that viewer discretion is advised, as some of these details are very difficult to hear. Let's listen in.
My name is Tony Busby. I'm a lawyer here in Houston. I'm licensed in Texas and in New York, and I'll introduce other members of our team as they speak. As many of you know, our law firm has been at the forefront of some of the most important litigation in the United States. We like the tough cases. We thrive in the complicated cases. We've handled over the last 25 years some very big and very important cases. I believe that this one may surpass them all. There are many facets to this. The conduct we will describe today occurred over more than 20 years. There are many people and many entities involved. And we're going to follow this evidence wherever it takes us. We will find the silent accomplices. We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates. These brave victims who have stepped forward deserve nothing less. The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases. And you should know, to the extent the clients feel comfortable, we also intend to make these individuals available to the authorities, specifically to the FBI. And you should also know a few of them have already been spoken to by the FBI. Now, before we discuss the nature of the claims and claimants themselves, let me comment on the large volume of calls we have received since our first announcement. Even before the indictment of Sean Combs, we had received a small volume of calls and had screened a handful of cases. After the indictment of Sean Combs and the announcement that we were pursuing these claims, the floodgates opened. People who wouldn't otherwise, for a variety of reasons, are now stepping forward to make their voices heard and to pursue justice. But no, most of these people are scared. They fear backlash in their communities. They fear backlash in their own families. They are afraid of retaliation from the perpetrators and their associates. They are rightly afraid for their own personal safety. I expect that through this process, many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed. We know what we are potentially up against.
If you thought that secret compartment was wild, wait till you hear what the FBI pulled out of it. It's like they opened Pandora's box, but instead of evil spirits, it was packed with something that's got the entire industry shook. Picture this. The feds are going through this hidden spot, all serious and professional. Then, boom, they hit the jackpot. Phones. Not just one or two, girl, a whole collection. It's like Diddy was running his own phone shop from behind bars. But hold up, these weren't fancy iPhones or Samsungs. Nope. They were old-school burner phones, the kind you see in crime shows, where the bad guys always stay one step ahead. Yeah, those. The word on the street is Diddy had enough burners to supply an entire crew. Now everyone's asking the same question. Who's Diddy been calling and what's he been plotting? Because let's be real, you don't stockpile secret phones unless you're up to something major. The music industry is in a full-on tizzy, wondering about all the deals, secrets, and drama that might have gone down on those lines.
You heard about that guy that sued Diddy for $100 million?
My man, I heard about it. I even watched the whole interview that they had. Derek Lee claims that in 1997, Diddy raped him. I know it. He raped a grown-ass man. Yeah, he was a bartender. He said, and I don't want people to think that I think that's funny, but the shit is funny. He said it's sad. He said that he was invited to a party and it was girls there, it was guys there. Things got freaky, you understand? he's a bartender. He said that he was drinking Jim Beam, and Diddy brought him a drink over. And then Diddy told him, I put a little something extra in there. And he said, I'm sorry, man. He said he woke up butt naked with his thong gone. No, he didn't say, he didn't say that, bro. But he said he woke up and Diddy told him he had him. He said he went, he filed a report, but they threw it up under the cops swept it up under the rug and everything like that. So he was suing Diddy and everything like that. So he said that Diddy came to the jail and said that, hey, I'll give you $2.3 million or something like that, or 23. I don't know if it's 2.3 or $23 million to make this go away. We'll leave this alone the whole 9 yards. Just like I just said, he's trying to pay people off to make things go away, for them to drop their suits and everything like that. You know what I mean? And if he does that, they civil suit. Drop them, make them go away. What would it take? So this particular dude said that Diddy was trying to sell properties and sell things and stop him from getting his money, and I didn't understand that. But the judge found some validity in what he was saying and said, yo, I'm gonna give you a 90-day restraining order against him from selling anything until you get all your paperwork in correct, because Diddy was served in the whole 9 yards. And as it was said that Diddy and his representative did come to the jail. So if the guy didn't have no lawsuit, if the guy wasn't, if his stuff wasn't truthful, why would they entertain it? The judge entertained it, Diddy lawyers them entertain it, and Diddy entertained it. So it may be some truth to it. But this dude is raping grown men. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we can laugh at it, but you know, it sounds like it's true. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and he did go to prison, and he offered the inmate $2.3 million to settle the case. So
that's what the paperwork said, and the judge must have thought he had some validity into what he was saying. What the judge do? He granted him the restraint from Diddy selling the property until the dudes get his paperwork and everything in.
You heard about Diddy law firm breaking ties with him and Miami Beach taking his day away?
Well, all the things that happened to Diddy, and he losing friends, companies, cities, city names, city girls. I think he should become an altar boy for TD Jakes and give his and let TD Jakes, you know, put some hands on him and probably save himself and save his soul. I think that's what he should do. I think that he should really consider getting into the church. Yo, listen here, man. Do like Russell Simmons. I don't think they have a charge like that over in Bali.
And girl, get this. Word on the street is some of those phones might have numbers belonging to some seriously big names. We're talking A-list celebrities, music execs, and maybe even some folks you'd never expect. Now, everyone's sweating, wondering if their digits are tucked away in Diddy's secret phone book. The FBI isn't playing games. They've got their top tech team working around the clock, treating this like a digital treasure hunt, hoping to strike gold. But Diddy's no rookie. These phones are locked up tighter than Fort Knox. And here's where it gets even wilder. Whispers are flying about what those phones could reveal. Hush money, secret meetings, and maybe even some very shady dealings. The feds are staying quiet, but you know they're following every lead. And here's the real tea. This burner phone drama? It's just the appetizer. Yep, you heard me right. As juicy as all this is, it's not even the main event. The FBI stumbled onto something even bigger in that secret compartment. Something so explosive it's got people from the streets to the suites shaking in their boots. So stay tuned, because this story is far from over. The burner phone bonanza? Just the beginning. Girl, what's coming next might just flip the entire music industry on its head. When the dust settles, who knows who'll still be standing. Buckle up, it's about to get crazy.
Because it wasn't the police, it was the feds, one of the persons who was with them. So you got to understand this, right?
Okay.
Suge Knight was bringing terror onto Uptown Records, had them scared. You understand? Had them scared. That's why Andre Harrell would hire a person like Bill Whitfield that was a strong dude.
I sneezed terribly. Let me run it back.
A person like Bill Whitfield that was a strong dude that didn't care about nothing and that would do his thing against somebody or anybody. Okay. He did everything to protect Andre Harrell. But and this is the situation, Suge was extorting them, and they thought he was using extortion tactics. You understand? Right. To get Mary J. Blige's contract right, to get Jodeci contract right. And it was this other person, I don't know, it was Jeff Red, I don't know who it was, but it was somebody else in Uptown Records that he was helping to try to get their contracts right. Because they wasn't getting no points, no publishing, they wasn't getting nothing but show money. You understand what I'm saying? So now, when Puff, Kirk Burrows, that's the other person that was with them, they go up to the feds with all this paperwork, you understand? And I mentioned this before, you understand? They not only talking about the extortion stuff, they talking about how they trying to be made to have this what you call this promotion, this distribution thing.
Okay.
Girl, if you thought the burner phones were wild, wait till you hear about the paperwork the FBI found. It's got Hollywood in full panic mode. Mixed in with those phones were stacks of documents, and these weren't just any papers. They were encrypted files, straight up spy movie vibes. The FBI's top experts are working non-stop to crack the codes, and word is, these papers hold serious dirt on big-name celebs. This isn't petty gossip. It's the kind of stuff that could destroy careers. Now everyone in the industry is sweating, wondering if their secrets are about to come out. The feds are keeping quiet, but insiders say the details are shocking. Hush money, secret deals, and maybe even some illegal moves. Hollywood better brace itself because this bombshell is about to blow everything wide open.
And which I'm finding out, they wasn't even gonna be a part of it until later. But they was in fear, like they was trying to be made to be a part of this whole distribution thing that Suge Knight was trying to build up with Rockefeller, because it was Dame Dash, it was Irv Gotti, it was Jay Prince.
Jay Prince. It's the boogeyman, bro.
And
be careful mentioning that, man.
Jay Prince.
And Junior.
And Death Row. You understand what I'm saying? So now, everybody wanna know who's this and who's that, and wanna go back and say, yo, how do you know? It came from the horse's mouth. He said he got all the paperwork to prove it. Kirk Burrows said it plenty of times, but nobody won't sit down with him. I mean, like, you won't get none of these, these radio stations and all this stuff like that to sit down with him. He said, I got the paperwork. He got files from the from the DEA and the FBI, all that stuff like that. He got plenty of paperwork behind this whole stuff. But people want to get on here and say, yo, because they not privy to the information, you understand?
You know what?
Directly from the people who was involved. And you get a person like me that don't give a damn, and I repeat it and tell it. Oh, dude capping, dude looking for attention. No, it happened.
I mean, that's my opinion, right? I mean, I understand why you're doing this. You're having this long, lengthy conversation about, the ongoings behind the scenes with you've encountered, let's say, with Diddy, right? But here's the thing, bro. There is a motive of clout, though. There is, right? And that aspect, in fact, cannot be ignored. Like, if Diddy is saying anything to kind of like give a rebuttal to any of what he is saying, then I'd add some type of validity, like some hardcore validity, right? But the dilemma is I haven't heard anything, right? But that also can be really smart coming from like a PR department by just ignoring it, because once you actually acknowledge it, like what Drake did in, Kendrick Lamar's The Battle, right? He acknowledged some bits and pieces of things, and now everyone believes every single aspect of what he acknowledged. So that could also be a thing here, right? So that's kind of where I'm at, right? Mentally, I'm just like, I don't know, bro. We can pretty much guarantee that there was something government-oriented with Diddy, based on the fact that HSI had no interest in kind of divulging the information on whose house they were actually raiding. All right, that's important here, okay? So we can kind of put that together. But the other parts of it, bro, if it's true, it's crazy, okay? Like, this man was a menace, if it's true.
Now, other people coming out talking about it, they putting Jay-Z was a part of it.
Okay.
They telling their story, and it all is coincide what we said years ago, when we said on platforms before, when we said on your show before. So I can't worry about what these cats are saying. They doing it for the views, bruh. They doing it because they don't have nothing else to talk about.
All right.
Like I said before, they're gonna look at this and make a show about it.
All right.
Keep helping their platform, Art.
This isn't just about Diddy anymore. This paper trail is leading the FBI deep into the music industry's darkest corners. They're connecting dots no one even knew existed, and it's looking like Diddy was keeping a little black book of Hollywood's dirtiest secrets. And now, it's all about to spill. Here's where it gets crazy. Some are saying these documents might implicate people far beyond entertainment. We're talking politicians, business tycoons, and even international power players. The tea is piping hot, and it's about to scorch everyone in its path. Hollywood is in full crisis mode. PR teams are working overtime, scrambling to prepare for the bombshells that could drop at any moment. The whole industry is holding its breath, waiting for the next name to surface. But it's not just Hollywood. The ripple effects are being felt everywhere, from the streets of Compton to the boardrooms of New York. This isn't just a scandal. It's a potential game changer. The kind of mess that could rewrite the music industry as we know it. And trust, the FBI is just getting started. They're going to follow every lead until they uncover the full story. One thing's for sure, by the time this is over, a lot of big names might wish they'd never crossed paths with Diddy in the first place. Buckle up, girl. This drama is far from over.
So Puffy told, but Jay-Z, I didn't know about that. So Jay-Z, he told too?
Said that years ago, man. Said that years ago. What are you gonna do? They're gonna do whatever. Yo, listen to me. They're the reason why rap in New York went down the drain. They made sure that these young cats didn't come up with platforms and didn't come up with situations. Like Jay-Z, let me tell you something. Jay-Z and
Jay-Z?
And it's funny. It's funny. We were talking about how Puff and Ja Rule was cool.
Okay.
But at one time, Puff was trying to trick Ja Rule into going at Jay-Z. That whole weekend that he was with Sarah. The whole weekend they was in that hotel room. That day they was in that hotel room. All the way coming back on that G5 jet. He was trying to talk Ja Rule into going at Jay-Z. But now him and Jay-Z is like freaking frat.
Freaking
Crazy
frat.
how things work out, huh?